Hello and welcome to Bowflex for Golf number 3. My name is Eric and I'm working out on a flat bench style Bowflex, and we're going to be running the weight through this bottom set of pulleys for everything. Don't rack up your resistance yet. We'll do that in a little bit. So in this routine, if you've done Bowflex for Golf 1 and 2, well, we're going to be hitting a lot of the same muscle groups. We're going to be hitting our legs, our core, and our upper back with this explosive movement pattern. And before I describe any further, if this is your first time doing one of these routines, that's okay. You can start here. This is the third of this little mini series that I'm releasing on the channel. And as part of that, there's going to be a PDF you can download so you can write down the resistance setting you're using. And then when you come back to this routine later on and do the same routine again, you're going to know what you did last time. And rather than trying to up that weight setting every single time, I want you to focus on controlling that weight even more smoothly and having a nice explosive movement pattern. So focus on your form rather than focus on raising the resistance for these. So this routine though, it's going to hit our legs, core, and upper back, and we're going to be doing it in this explosive movement pattern style. Half a second to complete your rep. Hold the weight for half a second to a second, and we're going to slowly release the weight, and then you're going to hear a beep, and that's going to be counted down by this timer here. When you hear that beep, I want you to explode again, do another rep, and then we're just going to keep repeating. So most of our sets today are going to be in that fashion where we've got 8 reps per set, 4 seconds per rep. There's going to be a couple though where we deviate from that, where the lift or the exercise is not really conducive to that explosive movement pattern, and I'll tell you about that when we get there. So if you're going to be joining me, hope you hit that like button. I would appreciate that. And we're going to have a little 4-minute warm up where we're going to loosen up and then stretch out, and then we're going to rack up our weight, and then we're going to get into today's routine. So I hope you join me for it, and I'll see you right back. All right, my friends, let's get it going with some jogging in place to start things out. Alternatively, you can do high knees if you'd rather do that. And while we're doing this, let me tell you about today's routine. The first thing we got going on is going to be a seated hammer row. From there, we're going to move into some shoulder pulls and then some torso twists. Get that twisting motion going. And then we're going to do some hip extension because we use our hips and our legs a lot in our swing. And then we're going to move into a 1-arm reverse fly. That's a tough one, but a goodie. And then from there, we're going to have a couple new lifts that I haven't done on the channel before. One is going to be an offset pull through. And then finally, a one-legged deadlift. One-legged deadlift, and that's gonna be kind of a weird one, and it's actually a really good exercise, but involves a lot of balance. And for those last two, if you find them too weird, don't worry. I'm gonna show some alternate lifts that you can do instead. So, all right, let's go ahead and start winding down our little jog here, and we do a couple full head spins. Just loosen up your neck with some full rotations here. And let's change directions. And then we're going to stick our arms out and do some nice torso twists. Loosen up our core, that rotational plane. Really get it nice and loose here. Okay, so now we're going to move into some arm circles. We're going to start out small, and then we're quickly going to make them pretty big here and do some full arm circles here. And now let's go ahead and change directions, and then we will slowly bring your arms in. Okay, so next, let's do some body weight squats, just a few of these. Arms out in front of you as a counterbalance, and just drop down and raise up out of these. And just go as low as you can comfortably go. Just trying to get those knees loose and our quads and our glutes nice and warm here. Okay, I'm going to move into a lunge position here. So I'm going to bring one foot way out in front of the other, and then I'm going to reach up and then open up my stance here. Now I'm stretching out my back as I stretch out my quads here. And then just loosen up everything all at once. So let's switch sides. Okay, nice. So I'm gonna do just some finger pulls here, loosen up my forearms and my fingers. And then I want you thinking about what you need today based on how you feel today for your last stretch, which I'm gonna turn over to you in just a moment here. I might just be doing a wide-legged forward fold. And we're just gonna hold this until that timer ticks down. And when it does, we're gonna start racking up our weights. Okay, nice. So let's get our weights all racked up. And the first part of this routine is gonna be really hitting your upper back. And you can probably go pretty heavy on this. Now, I'm gonna be racking up 130 pounds of power rods on each side, but you can rack up 80 or 50 or even 30 pounds of power rods. Kind of, you know, we're all at our own levels. And I want you to find a weight setting that works for you. So we're gonna be doing the same set or the same exercise 4 times in a row, so you can adjust the weight between every single set if you need to do that. So this first lift here that we're gonna be doing is just gonna be a seated hammer row. And I love starting my routines out with a rowing motion, really get your back all nice and loose. And so what I might be doing for this is I'm gonna basically slide to the back on my machine here, and I'm up against the foam rollers here, and you could even sit on these if you want. And I'm gonna have a hammer grip, and then I'm kind of bracing my feet against the feet of the machine. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull quickly, and then I'm gonna slowly release this weight. And so when this timer hits 0, I want you with me here. So pull, hold, and then slowly release. Pull. That's 3, 4, 5. Explosive pulling here. There's 6, 7, and 8. Okay, so think about how that weight felt. And basically, we've got 32 seconds between these sets that utilize our full body. Some of these exercises, we're only gonna hit half of our body at a time. We'll have shorter rest intervals. But during this rest interval, recover, and also this is the opportunity to change that weight setting. So I'm keeping mine the same. That felt perfect to me. And I'm gonna just get ready in position here for our next set. Everybody, let's get in position here. And that's explosive pull, slowly release. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay. One more of these seated rows coming up, and then we'll move into shoulder pulls. And I like using the same weight setting for shoulder pulls as I do for seated rows, but we'll get into that in a minute here. Okay, less than 10 seconds. I want you on the bench getting ready in position, and we're gonna have a 45-second break after this set here. So let's work. Here's 1, 2, 3. Again, pull quickly, explosive movement pattern. There's 4, 5, 6, 7, and that's 8. Okay, so we have a little bit longer of an interval here between different exercises, so you can change the weight setting if needed. What we're going to be doing here is we are going to be reaching across the machine, And I'm gonna grab this with my outer arm, and then I'm gonna be pulling this weight up here and then slowly releasing it. Now this move here is not really conducive towards that explosive movement pattern. So I'm gonna want you to go really smooth through this whole set here. So maybe up for a second, hold it for a second, and then drop for 2. So let's get in position here. The lift starts in 3, 2, 1. Let's raise it up, hold it, and then slowly release. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, there we go. So short rest interval because we're only working out half the body. So get in position, get ready to go here. We've got a total of 2 of these on each side, so 4 sets in total. All right, let's pull it up nice and smooth, hold it, and then slowly drop. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now, as you do these, bring your elbow up nice and high, out wide as well. Okay, let's get in position here. Here we go. That's 1, 2, 3. Exhale as you pull up. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I think I lost count there. That was probably 9. That's okay. Putting in extra work. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that's 8. Okay. Next lift is going to be a torso twist. And for me, I'm going to be dropping my weight a little bit here. So I'm going to go from 130 to 80 pounds of power rods on both sides. So make the adjustment you need to. I'm dropping my weight here by, what's that work out to? About 35% or so. I hope that's right. And what I'm going to do for a torso twist is I'll have kind of one knee that's almost to this foam roller here, and then the other that's on the leg of this machine. And I'm grabbing the handle all the way behind me, so on the other side, and then I'm going to be twisting this across my body here. We want to do this explosive movement pattern here again, and then release. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I keep ending up with my count off by 1 somehow. Well, when I was designing this routine, I was originally gonna have it be 10 reps per set, but I was doing this the other night and it was just too hard. So I had to drop it back down, but if you need, some more challenge, you can always add in another rep or 2 as you go. Okay, spinning around, 1 more on each side. Explosive movement. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I actually think those torso twists, you could even slow them down more than what I'm doing here of that 4 seconds per set or per rep. You're really pulling the weight a pretty far distance there. So actually, I'm trying to go nice and slow, but you have to go a little quicker to keep up with the pace here. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, very nice. So we're gonna be moving into a hip extension here. And one thing I like doing for these is I like kind of taking the seat off here and just setting it aside for a bit. We'll be putting that back on in a moment. And what I'm gonna do then is I'm gonna take this handle, open it up, and then I'm gonna shove my outer foot through. And now from this position, I'm gonna step a little bit away from the tower, and then I'm gonna be kicking this leg out. Just like this, nice and smooth. And this is another one where we're not doing that explosive movement pattern. Just try to be nice and steady through this whole lift here. So go ahead and join me here in 2, 1. Now let's kick it out, hold it, and then slowly release. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 'All right, so we got a little bit longer rest interval between these, just so you have enough time to get set up on the other side. And I hope my counting is not throwing off your counting. I'd encourage you to count out loud, even by yourself here. I do that all the time. I'll be alone in the garage here, counting all my reps, talking to myself. So don't, it's not weird. It's only weird if you make it weird. Okay, let's get in position here. Extend it out. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 'All right. Okay, let's get in position here, ready to extend it out. 3, 2, 1. That's 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, as I do these, I have a slight bend in my knee. That's 6, 7, and 8. I think that slight bend in my knee just helps a lot with control of this movement here. And you know, this move here is really good for strengthening up your knees as well. It's not something like the leg extension, which directly targets them, but this will help strengthen them up too. All right, last set of these. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, let's put our bench back together here. And now we're going to go into a 1-arm reverse fly. I like keeping the same weight setting I had before. Again, adjust as needed here. And for this, we are going to be sitting facing away from the bench here. I'm going to put my inner arm on the crossbar. The outer arm, I'm going to be just extending out just like this here. And I like having the handles kind of end up a little bit above my shoulder. Now, not full explosive movement here, but let's try to keep up the 1, 1, 2 pacing. So we're going to extend, hold, and slowly retract. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, spin around, other side. So let's sit up nice and tall. And if you need a little less resistance, maybe you can slide just a little bit closer to the tower, away from the tower for more. Here we go. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay. One more on each side, and then we're done with upper body work, and we're going to be moving just into leg work. Well, actually, no, I take that back. The pull through does hit your upper body. Anyways, let's get in position here. Extend it out. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, one more of these, and then we're going to go into what I'm calling an offset pull through. And if you don't like that move, I'm going to also show you an alternate lift. So Finish this out though. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, so the alternate lift here, if you don't like this pull through, is just going to be to do a goblet squat. So for a goblet squat, you're going to take this handle, put it up at about shoulder height, and then you're going to drop down and raise up. And you could do that with a tricep rope if you want as well. But I'm really going to recommend at least giving this lift a try here. And this is kind of like a kettlebell swing here, where we're going to take weight that's between our legs, but you can't, like the weight is a little bit too high. So you're going to want to put one leg up on the bench and then you're going to swing it out in front of you. And we are going to do this in this explosive movement pattern where we're going to raise quickly, hold it, and then slowly drop. So here we go. Lift it up, hold, and slowly drop. That's 1. It's 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So switching up to the other side here, and this offset footing where your one leg is way up, this can really be good for helping get some balance and build some stability here. So that's 1. 2, 3, 4. If you're running out of cable length, step back a little closer to the machine. Okay, switch sides. We've got a total of just 6 exercises remaining. So we're in the final stretch here. You don't want to fall off your game. Explode and slowly retract. One more of these upper body exercises and we just have a final lift to go after this. So now I think I mentioned in a previous video, I'm not much of a golfer myself. I used to play a lot when I was in high school and kind of early years in college, but never got very good at it. But when I started lifting weights, I did find I definitely got a lot better, not just because I could hit the ball further, but I just had a lot more control in my swing. So anyways, our next lift is going to be a one-legged deadlift. And what we're going to do for this is you're going to grab the handle from across the machine with your outer arm. Then your inner leg, you are going to plant on the ground. And from what we're going to do from here then is we're going to lean forward, reaching this arm out, and then you're going to kick this leg back. And then as you stand up, you're going to move this leg back and forward. almost into a standing position. You can put your foot on the ground here as you do this. And this is a weird lift that uses a lot of balance. It really hits your glutes and your hamstrings though. And so I'd encourage everybody to give this one a try. And if you don't like this lift, you can do a leg extension. We're going at our own pace here, and I give us 40 seconds. Just go nice and steady and smooth. And as you go back into the standing position, that's when it's really engaging that hamstring and glute on the planted foot. And this inner arm, you can really do whatever you want with it to give you the best balance throughout that lift. So we're gonna be doing a total of 4 of those in a row, so 2 on each side. And again, if you don't like that lift at all, you can do some leg extension here. Maybe pause the video, come back and join me. But I would really encourage you to try this lift out. Again, we're gonna have inner foot planted, and then our outer arm is gonna hold the handle, and then we're gonna be leaning forward and then raising up. So leaning forward and then raising up. Kicking that leg back nice and far. And as you come back into that upright position, you can touch the ground if you need it, or you can just try to keep the flow going. Okay. Switching sides, hope this is working out for you. And another thing you can do is, since your outer arm is holding the weight, you can always, kind of feel this, the foam roller with your inner arm if you need just a little more stability as you go through this. So I'm gonna try to do no stability at all through this, reaching all the way out. We'll see how this goes. So this is still kind of a newer lift for me, so we're getting better at this together. So again, reaching out and then raising up into this upright position and back. Just 10 more seconds of this. Okay. Last set coming up. Plant that inner foot. And then handle, outer arm. And then we'll be finishing this up here. Join me in a few seconds. Stick with me, team. The more you do this lift, the better you're going to get at it. And this is really engaging your ankles as well. Really, all that balance in your foot. So great job, everybody, on finishing this routine. And don't forget to remove your power rods from tension here and wrap them up with a bungee cord. I hope you found this routine helpful for your golf game, not just in terms of your swing today and maybe the power in it, but also help with the longevity so you can be playing golf for a long time to come. So I want to give a big thank you to all my Ko-Fi members. They help make this routine possible. Had I not had this support from them, I would have never created this Bowflex for Golf program. So if you're interested in joining them on my Ko-Fi, please check that out. It starts at just $3 a month. It gives you access to workout journals and workout programs and all sorts of other stuff to help keep you motivated. So thank you for joining me and making it through this entire routine. And until next time, be good to yourself, be good to others, and thank you for watching.